Alright, there's a mic. What is up, guys? It has been a long time, but we are back. And not just back for the tournament. We're back for remembering to forget to unequip summon. Whoops. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. 26th place. That's all we got today. Just kidding. Alright, I can hear me. Alright, we're good. So we are going to unequip that so we don't get boss slammed. What is this? Oh, tournaments. Can I get that? Oh yeah, I can get my 2% damage. Yeah. Alright everyone, let me know if the voice and music are balanced. Those who have been around long enough know audio is the bane of my existence. It hates me. It hates me so much. But, well, it is good to be back, by the way. Yeah, so that time was an April Fool on us. Yes, it absolutely would. No. One of my neighbors lost their AC, so I went over and fixed that real fast. Them and my wife are good friends. Good neighborhood friends, I suppose. Alright. So it was super easy. Ants on the contactor. This bracket, I think I can destroy it. Possibly. We'll find out. Let's see. Summon is off. Do you think EHB will fall behind long term since you're not able to farm fleet tiers as effective as GC right now? Let's see. So the thing is, I can farm fleet, once I get to level 21, I can farm fleet tiers as effectively as glass cannon for reroll shards, if that's what I care about for modules, for rerolls and all that stuff. The other reason that you farm, of course, is for lab shards, and we're sitting at 55666 right now without super high investment into it, and then coins. Econ is, of course, optional so long as you hit the breakpoints that you want to. This, I don't know what that was. As you can see, we're at about 41-ish Q per day, which is about one big Q, or 42 Q per hour, which is about one big Q per day, which is more than sufficient for me right now. And then once I finish spending stones on other stuff, I'll be able to max GT Plus and have an econ build and all that stuff as well. But no, I don't think EHP will fall super far behind. As far as, I mean, it also depends on what the next update is going to bring, because that is just a massive wild card. Oh yeah, module shards you get from fleets for module levels. It does kind of hurt a little bit, but for farming, module levels are not the bottleneck, because there's a lot of ways to get health really easily, and I have more health than I need to when I farm. Regen right now is the EHP limiting factor, and you don't get more regen from our module levels unless you invest stones in the substats. Because we don't rely on the cannon damage, we don't rely on the ultimate weapon damage. The econ multiplier is optional, because it's just coins. The only thing that we're losing out on high levels, if we lose them, is going to be the health multiplier. And health is typically not the thing that limits you in farming, per se. Like, it's going to hurt a little bit, you'll lose a little bit, but it's not going to be nearly as substantial as the glass cannon side. Oh, for those of you who haven't noticed it, we do have the triple swamp, by the way. Actually, I might, can I sack that? No, I cannot sack that. That's okay. I had a thought, but I don't have the module levels to do it to do it yet. No, it's good. All right. But the triple swamp with some swamp stuff. You may notice that my swamp is at my range line now. And once we get up and running, there will be 3 swamps at the range line, which means bosses, except when they do that and just miss the orbs entirely, will never be a problem again. I might have to work on exact positioning and maybe getting swamps to not all be on the same side of my tower for some reason. That is really stupid. Look at that. There's like 3 swamps in the same circle. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be okay. All right. EHP. I have never gone glass cannon. You dirty damage heretic. Pyro. I'm gonna call you Prio just for that heresy. You're no longer Pyro. You're Prio. Oh man, I love it. Yeah, having issues, just a delay. I had to go fix an AC. Super easy. Rubber Duck Sauce, howdy bonsai. What's up, Mr. Duck Sauce? Wiseco, welcome to the party. Stream elements, I forgot about that. I'll have to fix that later. Alan, hi. I can hear me. What up, good man? And I think we're all caught up. And Graham Pong, welcome to the party. It is time for some fun. And I think we can just leave the thing in Oh, hold up a second. We have a cat on the birdcage. That is not gonna fly. Get out of here. Alright, we're good. Father life is going good. Man, it is surreal being a dad. I don't think anything really could have prepared me for just the realization of that. But I'm loving it. My daughter is amazing. I really wish she would sleep more at night and less in the day, but you know what? It's all good. It's a blessing. Oh. But yeah, I managed to sneak away a couple hours this afternoon. So we're going to try to run tournament once or twice maybe and see what we can do. This bracket is actually not too bad. The key threshold is pretty low too, 500 waves. Aside from these guys. 15th, not a threat. 28th, not a threat. 26th, not a threat. No one here except me and this guy on even number rounds. Not a threat, not a threat. When I go through the tournament, I always check people that are on increments of 10 because sometimes I'll like intro sprint 500 waves while I forget and then come back, and I want to make sure that I'm not just got by some random guy who wasn't trying super hard. Any word on the 3rd and 4th EHP videos? Yeah, so the 3rd one is still kind of in production, but like I said, it's really time consuming to edit even the garbage tier quality that I have in my editing. And I started a new job. I'm now the chief HVAC engineer at Okana Resorts in Oklahoma City, which is really exciting. That eats up a lot of time. And I'm a new father, so that eats up a lot of time. And then I'm also taking care of my wife in the house, and then I have no time left to work on videos. But also, I want to wait until the update drops in case something massively changes, so I can incorporate that into the video. Because the 3rd part is going to be on cards, obviously. Or I've leaked that a lot, assuming it ever gets done. But it's going to be on cards, and I want to make sure that it is up to date with everything that we have going on. Oh yeah, Deathwave health is stacking nicely. I'm liking that. And then I'm going to try to find myself an editor to hire. I mean, honestly, it's just so difficult to find... You know what? We're going to do something crazy here. I want to bring those orbs in, but there's no way that I can do it with what we have going on. I think we just boop and try to sneak in a there's no way. There's just too many of them. There's just too many. There's too many bosses. Come on, last guy, get in there. Yeah, there we go. A bold move. Alright, I think I want to bring this in just a little bit. Because our swamp coverage is just garbage right now. We're like having bosses just entirely miss the swamps. Just super frustrating. So we're gonna bring that in. I don't know why the game... What the heck? I don't know why it's playing in the background, but That's a cool new bug. Look at that, guys. We can just slow down the game speed and bring the orbs in as the bosses come in. I love it. Dude, that is legendary. Let me record this real fast. Sorry, that just Alright, so there we go. Is that sound any better? I think I fixed it. Let me know. And I'll drop the volume just a little bit so we don't... Sweet! Thank you. Welcome back. Anyway, Chain Thunder. So at what point is Chain Thunder really effective in damage reduction? It's always going to be effective. It's just the question of how effective it is, because there's three different parts that make it work. First of all, you need to deal damage to enemies. I guess two parts, and then you have to have the lab to back it up in your Chain Thunder. So if I remember the math, we're almost into fleet territory actually, so we're gonna have to lock in a minute. But if I remember correctly, it's actually on my short list of upgrades. So enemy damage is reduced by 10% for every 6% of health lost from chain lightning. I'm at 75% right now because that's just where my smite is currently at. 40% divided by 6 is approximately 7-ish, and then a little bit extra for that. So you want to level your Chain Thunder in parallel with your smite. So if your smite is at 5%, you want to have 6% of Chain Thunder researched. Or, excuse me, I am just... Alright, so if you take out 6% of your enemy health, it deals 10% damage reduction. So if you have level 5 smite, 5 divided by 9, or 9 divided by 5, I am trying. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm also kind of sleep deprived here as well. So it's 5 divided by 6 times 10. So if you take 5% smite damage, the enemies will have a maximum potential of 8.3% damage reduction, so you want 3 levels in the Chain Thunder Lab at 9%. Because 5 is to 8.3 as 6 is to 10, as a ratio basically. Then if you get level 10, you divide the 10 by 6, multiply it by 10, whatever that number is, you have that much progression in your smite as well. And we are already commandering. Oh boy. You know what we're going to do actually? We're going to try smite toggling these bad boys. We're going to try smite toggling these bad boys a little bit. Yeah, doing complicated Chain Thunder math is difficult mid-tournament. My bad, guys. But we'll definitely talk about that. And someone is joining and leaving the Discord, but I wasn't able to hear them. I don't know if I just missed. All right, so there's a commander, 21.2D. So enemies will have 21.2, and you're going to multiply that by 20. And then I'm going to multiply that by 0.98. So when that fleet, that commander on the top left, has 415D on it, I can turn Smite on and just execute him, assuming I can survive. I don't think I will without my Smite. You know, we're doing this for science. Yeah, sorry about that feedback, guys. I have no reference for when it happens. All right. All right, so we are killing some bosses, but other ones are just going through. I'm really hoping I can survive long enough to tag that guy to 415. We will see. Oh, the wall is down. This is not good. Oh man, we are eating damage. But we're not taking hull damage. Though those rays are getting kind of scary. Damn. Alright, well, it is what it is. I guess we'll just turn it back on at this point. We still don't have quite enough CC to make good on what we need to do. I have Poison Swamp Stun on, right? Yeah, I do. Hmm. So we're getting pretty close to invalidating the bosses. We're just not quite there yet. Hmm. Some of them are dying in the range. Maybe I need to drop the orb. Yeah, some of them are dying, but some of them are not. That is frustrating. Soon. Anyway, let's see where our standing is. We're currently at 7th. Looking good. Yeah, I know, Pyro. I'm giving you some crap because we were having some fun there. 7.29. Yeah, taking off summon definitely hurts the death wave health, but it is what it is. And I also sacked a lot of my death wave health for shockwave redundancies. But at this point, I don't think the shockwave matters at this point because nothing minor will be getting through. Yeah, so bosses are just taking one hit to die on the wall, I think. Yeah. So we're very close to invalidating them entirely, but it's just not quite there. still, it's a lot better than it was. And there's a commander, of course. Oh, wait, there's two commanders. They've been on the screen for a while, I guess. Actually, the Guardians have been dealing a lot of damage here. So that's a Thorns hit, that's a Guardian kill, Guardian kill. That was a Thorns kill. Oh no, the Guardians are hitting everything now. I think we need to up that Guardian damage a little bit. And then we'll be okay. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Alright, we're gonna have to rethink this strategy a little bit. We're death-defying already. Oof. Does not bode well. Interesting. I don't even know what's going wrong in this interaction. Well, we're going to figure it out, possibly. Is 1325 a fleet wave? I forgot. I don't think it is. Let me think for a second. Think this through. So it starts at 895. It goes to 985, 1075, 1165, 1255, 1345. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to get any of this. So I have one chance to readjust my orbs. I think... Yeah, so Chain Lightning for EHP is only good with Smite because it doesn't deal damage unless you have damage, and if you have damage, you're not really EHP. You're like a hybrid or damage focused. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. I think I want to drop my orbs to min range. I think that is the play here. Yeah, I want to drop my orbs to min range. Okay. I think that's the play because the bosses will still get Poison Swamp stunned. Everything else will get Black Holed, and elites are not affected by by orbs at all. So I think this is the play. And then we want just Smite full sent. Okay. And then our health is at 8. That'll get nice. And our wave info, second wind is back in 177 waves. That's good. We might actually get to use that on a fleet. Oh yeah, but Chain Lightning, like the Smite is what makes it good for us because Smite deals with scatters with a percent damage factor. You can see that in my video. Very proud of that, by the way. Cough, cough, cough. But it weakens raise. It eliminates protectors when you max it. And for every damage point that you do in percentage, it reflects back as damage reduction for those enemies. So it's not great for the boss, but... Alright, so look at this little guy just chilling in the orbs. He's dead. I think that was the play. I really wish I had more orbs now. And more orb size. I might actually dump my 2.5 Q into orb size. See if I can get that a little bit bigger so they can hit more stuff. So this way bosses are weakened going in by the electrons. So they're still swamped by electrons, they're stunned, and then the orbs do percent damage on the weaker end. I think this is the play. Yeah, I like that better. Alright. Oh yeah, check out our attack speed. 106. Maximum knockback. Yeah, yeah. Poof. Yeah, look at that. The bosses are just going. Of course, there's a commander. Why would there not be a commander? It's all good. Well, the bosses are no longer reaching the wall, which is excellent. That commander buffed vampire is kind of scary, though. Look at that thing. It's nasty. All right. We have eliminated bosses. Very nice. Oh, chats. Was that commander spawned on 1345 or was it a wave skipped wave? I did not see that. Would it be better to go for Chronofield from my 6th and start knocking out labs there? As you can see, Chronofield is a critical part of the EHP strategy, but what makes it good is just like Smite, no wave skip. All right, thank you, sir. But what makes it good is CF Plus, which you also don't get for a long time either. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good way to slow enemies down, but when you are an EHP player, slowing things down is not enough. You have to have a mechanic that also kills, because if you slow enemies down almost infinitely, it's not going to matter because you still have to kill them eventually and they're still going to hit you eventually. What makes Chronofield good for me right now is you can see the bosses are getting swamp stunned and spun through the orb line, so they don't actually reach the tower. So even though I have a lot invested in Chronofield, there's a lot of percent damage with the orbs as well, and OA and attack Guardian, so it actually makes a difference. If I turned off my Swamp or my Orbs, a max CF Plus would be completely irrelevant for me. So that's just something you have to keep in mind when you're choosing your upgrade path. Having not unlocked all the ultimate weapons yet, you are kind of in a difficult place because it has to be done regardless to get the good stuff. So you have to weigh, do you want to save months to push through the nonsense to get the stuff that actually helps you, or do you want to invest in immediate things like masteries that'll help you in this moment? And that's going to be a difficult decision, but it is going to be kind of the driving force behind your decisions here. 75, another fleet, probably another commander because my life is unlucky. Though to be fair, I could have probably smite toggled that one. Yeah, another commander. What is this? That's okay. I didn't want to win anyway. Let's see what we're at. Sixth. Dang, this is a bracket that I could have cleared too if I had better luck. I don't know what's going on, but something is definitely wrong in my build. It's been so long since fast alt has been off, and I've done so many things to modify. Oh, that's it. There it is. There it is. Elite targeting. That was painful. It's been so long since I haven't had fast ultimate permanently on my screen that I forgot what a normal tournament looks like. So now I got a Ray just sitting in that commander that's going to kill me, potentially. But once an energy shield strikes, it'll reset that Ray, and he will go somewhere else. Or I can just death defy forever. That works too. Boom. Yeah, I forget that attack speed does actually make the Rays shoot a whole lot faster too. He ended up in the commander again. Are you kidding me? Get out of there. And he ended up in the commander again. What are the freaking odds? That is insane. That is insane. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that was brutal. All right. How do we want to change this? What masteries give the most power as EHP? Well, your second wind regen are going to be the biggest initial ones because in tournament you're always going to be regen limited. You could see even in that tournament I was slowly getting chipped down over time, even though I had a lot more health that I could have utilized like in a farming run, but I just didn't have the regeneration to capitalize on it. After that, you can start working on secondary ones, such as health if you need your HP up for shotgun effectiveness. Attack speed is good for CC. Slow aura is good for slowing down enemies, but as you can see, those rays did not care. Nuke is also the counterpart to slowing enemies, because when you have both of them together, you get a 3x attack speed reduction, which is kind of nice. AoE is massive for the swamp, because that's what kind of pushed the swamp out to my range line there. Um, let's see. Landmine Stun is a good miss chance as well. Fortress is good for your wall rebuild. I almost had my wall back up. Defense is also one of those really important ones, but it only helps if you can push your defense almost to the end. So just like with Flamebot, the last 10% is more than half of the value of the whole thing. So if you're at 70% defense and you get that to 77, the difference will be very minimal. But if you're at 90% and you get it to 7 or to 97, it's gonna like multiply your survivability by more than 5 right off the bat. So defense is when you get when you're close to being done with defense or able to be done with it, but not earlier. But yeah, going back, regen, second wind are the best ones for regeneration. Basically, you're always regen locked, and then you want to work on what you need more, because you can either slow enemies, you can have more crowd control. Energy shield is also good when it basically pushes stuff away, resets the rays, and gives you more time for wall rebuild, basically. Wall rebuild if your wall is getting there. You basically want to decide what you need and then prioritize those things. But almost always start with the regen, because if you had 50 times the regen you have right now, you would do a lot better in tournament, I would assume. Um, let's see. Okay, so we are going to not sack health. What is it, like 70 something, I think, is about where it needs to be. Hmm. I think that's pretty close. Yeah, that's right about where it was before. So that basically took off our shockwave frequency because elites aren't affected by shockwave like fast halts are, essentially. And we added on an extra orb. Rebalance that stuff. That is as it is. That is as it is. Oh yeah, we wanted to orb size. I'm down for that. All right. I am not happy with 6th. I think we can do better. Dang, I really should have won this one, but that's okay. That's okay. You live and you learn. I guess I just need more chrono field. I gotta have that barrier that keeps elites out. But getting our third swamp was worth it, I think. It's just so massive being able to essentially permanently stun stuff. Because each swamp has a 10-second stun, I have a 35-second cooldown, and with the chrono field plus spinning them in circles, by the time they hit the third swamp and finish the stun, the fourth one is already up. Alright, I don't think there's anything more that I can do here. Let's run it again. Well, bam. Already have second win, so yeah, grub Grub, you just want to think through where is your limiting factor in your build. And for 9 out of 10 people in EHP, if you had, in your case, regeneration mastery, 5 times the regeneration in tournament that you have right now, you will normally do substantially better. And that's kind of just the thing there. If there's something different in your build, obviously you want to address that, but almost always it's going to be regen, unless you have something crazy going on. I'm going to recovery package chance. Yep, that's a solid one as well. RPC is kind of like the one exception. It is the objectively best mastery in the game, and there is no logical argument otherwise because of modules. It the modules are just so infinitely scalable when it comes to your health and your econ there. So this is a 4x multiplier on my health multiplied into a 15x. So my modules are giving me 60 times the health I would have normally. just like that. And not only the base stats, but being able to do things like this and have multiple decent stats up there. This right here, once I get that to 3, is a permanent black hole without G-comp, without even maxing the black hole duration substat. That's thousands of stones saved right there. But you can throw on all sorts of crazy stuff that just massively empowers your build by being able to have advanced modules, not just the base stats there. And RPC, I think buying RPC and leveling it once in the lab will give you more module shard value than completing Shatter Shards 5. So it's one of those just massive boosters. Can Scatter Children hit your wall before Flamebot? Yes, Scatter Children can hit your wall, but if you have your Smite to level 9, everything after the second split just instantly disappears before it can do anything. So, that's a cool thing to think in mind. Smite is the ultimate counter to scatters. And if we see one fly in, you can watch this thing just evaporate as well. Oh, we have low plasma cannon. That's why it's not doing anything. I forgot about that. So bosses have health. Yeah, the attack speed is kind of brutal. So 140% attack speed, but for me, getting just chipped down really fast was difficult. This right here, time delay between enemy attacks. 50% more time. So whatever the attack speed is on the enemies, it's multiplied by 0.67. They basically lose a third of their attack speed just because of slow aura. So even when this is max, it's only 2/3 as bad as it says. And then if I got nuke, it would be even better. Version 28 is a total wild card. We have no idea. Like I stopped making my guide to wait for version 28 because I'm that uncertain about what it's going to do. I assume there's going to be some type of stone or gem sync for the longtime players, possibly a new currency. Bot Plus would be interesting. But it is up in the air. Who knows? Yep, working on Shadow Shards. Yep, I didn't finish Shadow Shards for so long, and it did hurt me a little bit, but it wasn't needed where I was at because I got my mastery relatively early and just full sent that thing all the way. I like saved up coins before I got it and just gem rushed it to level 7 and instantly multiplied my shards by like 5 or whatever the exact number is. But yeah, I hear that. Look at that, guys. Look at the bosses. Look at the bosses. They can't touch me anymore. It doesn't matter if you have infinite attack speed if you don't get to attack, eh? A. Yeah, I think the third swamp was the right call here. Look at how nasty that is. Oh, I love it. Also, look at this. 50% electron damage. That is substantial. Electrons are huge. Electron orbs and plasma cannon. Look at that. 40% orbs with health buff. Yeah, the only downside is you're not going to get Guardian hits on the boss because it's going to have a lot more health going in when the orbs are min-ranged, but that's okay. That is okay. And then Chain Lightning, 1.6%, that's just smite. Every single interaction I have with a boss is going to be 1.5 to 2% Chain Lightning damage forever because of Smite 7. Every single time. Watch a boss die real fast. Oh no, PS Stun is not from either. It's from a lab, Mr. Pyro. So you are super fortunate. Look at this. Look at how nasty that is. 60% electron damage. Woo. Till the orbs come in. That's cool. No, but Poison Swamp Stun is a lab. Look at how beautiful this is. Enemies that touch the swamp has a chance of being stunned 80%, so basically 100, because it has multiple ticks in the swamp. 10-second stun. I got this lab for the status. So 10-second stun per swamp. I have 35-second cooldown and 105 duration, so 3 swamps are always active. I have Chronofield Plus, which means that enemies will spin into all 3 swamps every time except Fast Ult. So the 35-second cooldown, enemies are spending 30 seconds of that in a swamp, and then there's only 5 seconds of overlap, which is 1 second of real time, and then another swamp is up. So it's essentially a permanent stun to non-fast ults. I mean, eventually things will get to you if you don't have a way to kill them, but if you have a way to kill them, such as orbs for bosses, or when I have my 7-second shockwave for ultimates, which push it way out beyond the tower range, you can like scroll back into the previous footage and kind of watch stuff get pushed all the way out to the chronofield edge almost. And then they have to swing back in and get stunned several times and pushed back out. That's what makes the crowd control mechanic work. You've been ignoring all the red boxes. No, don't sleep on the swamp stuff, man. It is busted. Like it is so good. What was I doing? Target priority. Yeah, elites. Elites is the highest priority. Thanks for subscribing, Carlos. I can't hear the subscription notification, so if I've missed anyone else, I do apologize. But I mostly stream for fun and occasionally to just chat with people and make guides. I am not by any means an expert YouTuber. All right, so we have solved bosses permanently until Fast Ult comes back. Look at that. Isn't that just a beautiful thing? And for those of you who don't know, orbs do deal the 2% boss damage to all ultimates, which means when you get your swamp range maxed in the lab and the AoE effect, or maybe not even AoE, but when you can get your swamp to extend beyond your range line just slightly, fast ult, ranged ult will fly into it, touch the swamp, and then get stuck on the range line or outside of it. And if you put your orbs on that line where the swamp is, you can kill ults with orbs as the HP. It's pretty cool. I wish I had footage of that from the 30 years of fast ult, but I kind of took a hiatus from streaming for the birth of my child then. But next time it pops up, you can definitely check it out if you're able to get a swamp in a good spot. Maybe like min-range tournament just for fun. It was one of the very important mechanics I used to deal with the nonsense of that that infinite punishment. Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I got AoE, because I calculated that it would put the swamp right on the range line, as you can see there, and then I could stun ults, and that includes ranged. And when you have a 7-second shockwave that goes beyond your tower range, the ults will fly in, get stunned on a swamp, hit a bunch of times, pushed out, fly in, get stuck on a swamp, hit a bunch of times, pushed out until they die, if you have decent swamp coverage and good chronofield. And that's how I dealt with the ranged ult when it popped up last time. I was never hit once, except when it was ranged fast. That was pretty nasty. I had ranged enemies teleporting in and meleeing my wall because it broke the game. It's pretty funny actually. Only one I heard, but I only listened when I got back. I don't remember what that was for. But we're coming up to Fleet Roulette, guys. Oh man. And then we have double commandos at 1340 and 1370. Unless I can finesse my way through it. But I don't think I can. I have not been got by attack speed. Oh, that was for the ping on subscribe. Gotcha. Yeah. I have not been got by attack BC for a long time. It is something else. I might even have to do the BC lab on that a little bit. Because I can knock 20% off it, I think. On top of the 20% I already have. Make it a lot lower. Kind of invalidate it. But that's a ways away. I don't see the commander. Oh, there it is. Alright, so now that we are targeting elites properly, we should be okay. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. I don't know. How'd that boss get pushed through? That was weird. Huh. Strange. I do not like that that thing is just living on my tower. Anyway, someone asked a question about scatters earlier. Joe Average. Let's see if we can find one of those flying in that doesn't get commander buffed. Hey, speak of the commanders. That is a damage tick above the fleets. It tells me how much damage has been done to it. My flamebot is maxed, and I actually did get burn stack because burn stack eats armor BCs, which is kind of cool. So every time it procs, I get 5 ticks per second, and it just chews through armor pretty fast. So the enemies coming in don't get unsmited because armor blocks smite, but flamebot burn stack eats armor. It's kind of funny. It's a really weird interaction. But no, the bot gets tagged and it's just constantly ticking up, and then the OA will hit it, and the number will go up, so it'll tell me about how much damage has been done to the fleet. So if I want to smite toggle it on like a milestone or something, I'm able to know when I turn chain lightning back on to instantly kill it. That is the gist there. And I can actually show smite toggling in a farming run after this real fast. We'll just intro sprint up to a commander and kind of show how it interacts. Look at that, 3 commanders at once. What is this nonsense? I thought other enemies were supposed to spawn. Oh my word. There's a scatter, but he's gonna get tagged and become immune to damage. You do, look at those rays, man. Look at those rays. Oh my word. That's broken. Wow. Well, at least he's gonna die eventually, I think. Maybe? Am I gonna get killed by rays? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get killed by rays. Oh boy. This is kind of one of those instances where I wish I knew what commanders did to the game, but no one knows. So, yeah, look at that, just eating all my energy shields. That's annoying. 1165 is a fleet, so that's like 5 commanders on screen at once, I think. Or that was 4. 4 on the screen at once. Whew. Yeah, of course. T minus 1 hour and 34 minutes on Artemis. Ah, exciting stuff. 150 T regen per second. Alright, so we're already doing a little bit better than before, I think. Hold up. Oh, that's an OC. We're fine. Let me think. So 1255 is a fleet. Do I want to smite toggle a commander? Maybe I'll try it. I don't think I have quite enough crowd control to pull it off, but if one spawns, I will attempt to smite toggle it. .47. Alright, hold up. We gotta math this real fast. 5.47. We multiply that by 20 for fleet health. So it's gonna have 109 AA health, and then we multiply that by 0.98 because we can clear the last two, which means it needs to have 107 AA on it, or maybe a little bit less because I lost a few OA hits, but yeah, I don't see that happening. It takes a long time to bump that much damage up, and in the meantime, we lose out on. Wait a second. All right. Wait, I need this up. We can smite toggle raise, actually. That is an option. Because rays are the only thing that hit me right now. I might do that. If a ray gets buffed and lives outside a commander, we're going to smite toggle them, I think. Only if it lives outside and is buffed. Because my smite will deal 40% damage to a ray. So if it gets hit with OA enough times and you turn smite on, it just instantly deletes it. So that's kind of the gist there. Also, what is my next fleet? 13. Oh wait, we're farther than we were before. I just realized that. And we haven't tripped Demon mode. Or almost farther than we were before. Yeah, so target priority matters a lot. We're going to slow down. I know it's not fast ult, but we're going to do it. So that guy is just immortal. That's fine. So the only thing we're looking for is the yellow triangles passing through the commander, but not staying in the commander. That guy's kind of annoying, but he's gonna hurt a little bit, but then he's gonna go away. So it's fine. Second commander, of course. There needs to be at least two. So we're looking for yellow triangles through both of those now. Everything else can die with melee relatively easily. So there's a yellow. He got tagged. He left. We're gonna see what he does actually. How many thorns hits does it take to kill one of these guys? Yeah, the scatters are just eating all the bullets. This is not working. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. So the good news is we should be able to sneak up into at least third, I would assume. I hope. The bad news is this is not going as well as I hoped it would. That's okay. That's okay. So that's going to hurt a lot when it comes in, potentially. We got... Oh, nope, there is a ray in there. He's now out of the aura. No, he's in the aura. Of course he is. Alright, so it looks like we're going to get the 14-5 fleet, but we're not going to get the 14-35 fleet. Which is really sad, because we were so close. Alright. That is unfortunate. Still, it's a good run. 1400 wave. What's up, Mr. Birdo Squill? You jumped in near the tail end of this. All is going great, Mr. Birdo. My life has just been a little bit hectic, but in all the good ways. Daughter's doing great, a new job is doing great. It's just eating all my time. But, you know, real life is doing well. I can't complain. Absolutely good stuff. We are attempting to sneak in one more fleet. Oh, wait a second. Second win. Oh, no. Second win's way too far away to help. We're trying to sneak in the 1435 fleet real fast on this nuke because I know it's going to be a commander. That's just kind of how luck goes, you know? Oh my gosh. Come on. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh man, that's just pain. Bad RNG. It happens. Oh well. Let's check our death wave. Our death wave health is a lot lower than it should be for some reason. We have an overcharge, which means we stole fourth. Yeah. Well, and we're good till about 1465 when the commander comes in and ruins everything. Yeah, patching that thing where you could despawn stuff with demon mode. I really miss that. Skip OC. Mastero, the hero. I'm definitely not going to skip the OC, but yeah, I want that thing in there. Yeah. All right. Well, as you can see now, when there's no commanders, nothing is a problem. It's just those things break the game. I really wish I knew what they did. No one knows the specific values of their damage, so it's really hard to counter what is unknown, and that's kind of the thing that really frustrates me about it. You know, like if you go to the protector page, it says it will give an aura with this radius and reduce L damage by 60% and make them immune to insta-kill. Like it's straightforward, it's written out, it's clear. Commander just vaguely buffs enemies, makes them immune to thorns, it seems like. A couple 1000% health, but no one really knows, so I can't devise a clean strategy to counter it. When they show up, it's just have a nuke or get got, ultimately. Just very unfortunate. Regardless, we're doing a lot better than we were before. We've got more tools in our arsenal. I think if attack speed wasn't on, we could easily win this bracket. But the Rays just having their machine guns out is just a little bit too tough right now. I haven't had to deal with Rays in a long time because scatters, bosses, fast alts, and all that stuff was the challenge. But now that we've solved that, the Rays are coming back out to play, which means, going back on my very own philosophy, figure out what your limiting factor is and deal with it. It is almost time to get nuke mastery after all this time. And Interestingly enough, Nuke Mastery is going to be the very last mastery that I get. Let me slow this down, actually. We don't need 0, we just need slower. Because I have damage because I was hybrid at one point, but we have attack speed, health regen, range is not needed, cash is not needed, slow aura. Uh, maybe I'll eventually get that as a meme. But we have all of the EHP upgrades. Death rate. I don't know. Is this worth? I don't think it is because the protectors aren't permanents, and then I just instantly kill them with black hole, and they're irrelevant. But energy net is useless. We have everything except nuke mastery now for EHP stuff. And it looks like we've got a friend in the chat. What is that profound one? Welcome to the party. And Gaboomer 20. What's up, guys? Doing all right. We're just running some tournament live stream. I think I'm about to get smoked by a commander on 1465 and lose, but you never know. We might win gambling. The Tower Gambling Simulator. It's my favorite game. What are you guys up to? Nice. What are you expecting today? Congrats on that. I would say it's going to be a good time, but Plat's kind of hell nowadays, so. uh, all right. Yeah, these rays are getting rough too. I forgot how busted they were. No wave skip on 1465. What's it gonna be? Are we dying or are we? We're dying, boys. It's been fun while it lasted. It was a good run indeed. Hey, at least that ray didn't get stuck. You know, actually, we might continue. The only thing that kills me is elites getting stuck in the commanders, and that ray got buffed, but he did not get stuck, which means he can die after way too many. Oh, look at that chunk. That is nasty. Oof. Another OA hit. Oh, okay. So it's 3-ish hits for a ray with smite and a few OAs as well. Yeah, we're almost at max death wave, but it's not going to matter. And this is one of the things that I talked about, the regen mechanic. Look at how much health I have. Look at how slow it comes back. If I had 10 times the regen, I could go hundreds of waves further easily. But we don't have it. So that's one of the reasons why I almost always recommend regen mastery and second wind as the first buys for EHP. Hey, looks like we're getting 1471 maybe. And there's no point in dragging this out. The moment a ray flies in, I'm dead. So we'll just let it roll. Or maybe that scatter might actually kill me. Oh yeah, the guy who was asking about scatters. Look at these two here. They're kind of buffed, so they may just straight up kill me. But if they don't kill me, all of their children will be immediately evaporated by smite the moment that thing pops. Assuming it pops. Or maybe not. They can get stunned. Alright, something's wrong with targeting priority. What is going on? Like, it wasn't even shooting them. There's no lines going to that. Alright, there we go. Let's try that again. Look at that, he's getting pushed out now. That's kind of cool. We have enough attack speed that we can actually push scatters back to the range line. That's cool. Alright. Maybe I just need to run. Yeah, maybe I need to slow down. That might be it. 1x tournament, boys. Uh, we could push that commander into the wall. That'd be kind of cool. I know I'm not that lucky, though. Well, the wall is coming back. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna try to squeak 1.5x just for fun. Alright, so we got a Ray buffed by a commander. He's gonna break the wall probably. That's definitely gonna break the wall. There it is. That hit's gonna hopefully kill him. Alright, so he's gone. That Ray is not commander buffed, but he will be when Chronofield slowly drags him in. What is the next placement? Oh, so it's so close. Oh well. You can tell that that dude is a glass cannon player because he died right on the overcharge wave. No, I feel it. There's another energy shield, and we're out of luck, unfortunately. Give me 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. Hello. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, right when you joined. Ampere, what's up, man? Long time no see. Oh, that hurts. You know what? I think I'm okay with this result. Yeah. So we had something go down, and I had to remote in and fix it, but we're good. Anyway, we lasted a whole lot longer than I thought we were gonna last, which is kind of cool, and we grabbed fourth place for that juicy 15 keys. I don't think this guy's gonna beat me again. You never know, but not much. How's everything doing? We are doing great, my friends. Life is good, the kid is good, the job is good. It just ate up all my time, so I haven't had a lot of freedom to do whatever I want. But that's fine. But no, that was a good stream. I think we got or a good tournament, I should say. We got some good stuff, and it's not over yet. As I slowly make it go over, we're gonna get hopefully tier 21 unlocked today, because it is time. Let's see. We're going to. That's right. We maxed man perks. 2.1k in plat with my farming set up for. Yeah. Yeah, one of these guys is getting into plat soon, and I would say congrats, but plat is hell, and he's about to hate his life. But no, it's good to be in plat. It's just really painful. All right, first perk. I want regen for this. Yeah, look at this nonsense here. Tier 20. We haven't unlocked tier 21, but we have 2,500 waves in tier 19. Like, do you see how stupid this is? Anyway, please no more UWBC and champs. Yeah, I feel you, man. All you gotta do is just max everything, and then it's not a problem. No, look at how close we are to permanent black hole without G comp. I'm very excited about that. All I gotta do is take this and add 25 levels onto it. Ugh, it's like 3,000 stones. Super painful. Anyway, I think what are our BCs in tier 20? It's gotta be fast alt, right? Yeah. Fast alt, ray alt, everything alt. Everything's ultimate. All right. So it begins. Hey, congrats on the stone packs, man. Getting RPC is nice. Wave accelerator after tournament. Back to UW investment. Yeah, wave accelerator and intro sprint are just some of the nice ones. We're gonna attempt an intro sprint this first, and then if necessary, we'll run it slow. But we'll just see what happens initially. And yeah, for those who worry about shard farming, this is all you need to do to shard farm, is just intro sprint and then auto restart. And it doesn't matter if you're on wave 1 or wave 10,000, the fleets are worth the same no matter where you're at. So, as long as you can get to this tier, you're going to fully reap the benefits of it. Obviously, you won't be getting as many coins, but I don't know. If you're purely focusing on shards, there are ways around it. Look at all them commanders, guys. It's disgusting. We're going to turn off auto perks for the sake of this exercise. Pretty sure you get rerolls during intro sprint. You don't get, what's the word? I might be mistaken then, I guess. Let's see. Her stats. That's coins. How do you know what you get? Oh, I guess you don't. My mistake. You learned something new. Unless I just haven't killed anything yet. It's possible. Got like 5 commanders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess you don't. Interesting. All right. My mistake. You learn something new every day. That's okay. I never claim to know everything. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I got 5 fleets on the screen at the same time. Look at all those misses. Beautiful. This might be one of the ones where I actually do want to sack my shockwave for more frequent hits, honestly. If I can push those, see the fast ults get pushed out. They don't take any knockback because they're immune to everything, and they aren't affected by Chrono Field because they break the game. But yeah, yeah, I'm just getting rolled on by these fasts. That's interesting. I don't think HP matters here when we're just suffering on the regeneration front. Yeah, just look at them just fly right in. They don't care. Energy shield 1, energy shield 2. Though we do have 3 swamps now, so who knows. Okay, so that one's affected by it. Why aren't the rest of them? Oh, because they're commander buffed, that's why. When things are commandered, they're just immune to everything. Good call on the target prio, by the way. That's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah, when commanders touch things, the enemies become God, basically. It's really annoying. Alright, what we got? Absolutely nothing, but I will take a 2x regen. This might allow us to regen through the pain a little bit. No, intro sprints. Yeah, the intro sprint. Apologies because I won't use it. Oh, they need to be around 12 hours long. Yeah, that's fair. Back to the commanders. Yeah, it's just it's so stupid that this game is literally a gambling simulator at times. Another commander rolls in. Nice. You know what? This is one of those situations where we don't have boss alt. So I might want to move my orbs back to the range line. This is a good learning experience for me. I think a few minor tweaks is all we need, I think, to make this work. And if we could get the regen trade-off, that would be massive as well. Yeah, I actually still need I still need to get idle restart as well. I haven't actually done it yet. But the reason why is because my runs are just perfect right now, and it's amazing. So look at this, 7 hour. I ended that one early actually. Look at that, 7 hours, 7 hours, 7 hour. Or that was a what is that? Why is that one short? I must have been like a double commander or something. But all my runs are about 7 hours, so they time it perfectly with sleep, work to lunch, and then come home. So I don't need it. It's really funny actually. Cause I still haven't figured out how to fix this ultimate problem yet, but yeah, when you get your keys, the first thing you want to rush is demon mode, auto demon mode, or smart demon mode, so that way you don't have to manually time it and you can like push milestones farther, get better in tournaments. This will not trip until I absolutely have to have it, and then it won't lose the game as well. That is the most important one. And then auto restart is a good second pick, or orb slider, I would say, are kind of the two that you want to be going for. And then workshop presets are great as well because they allow you to just do whatever you want. Am I just gonna like get this with my scuffed build? Normally I do the milestone, I like go in slowly and kind of just see how my stuff is reacting, but I'll just take a free win or an almost free win right off the start. That works for me too. Look at all the commanders, guys. They're everywhere. All the numbers. Oh, this is as far as I've ever gotten. I'm just like, why is it going slow? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So you think you don't care about orb slider, but the truth is you do, because you don't know how amazing orbs are. No, I kid. But no, the orbs, look at all those misses. That's insane. Being able to just eliminate bosses entirely is amazing. Being able to target ults with good swamp is good. I guess it depends on where your build is. It's definitely something that you want to have eventually, but it's not absolutely critical at this point, I would say. Yeah, going from 270 to 275, I'm just like, what was that? We're half sprinting now. That was legendary. I love it. It does mean, however, that I can definitely do this because now I'm going to intro sprint to 280. But yeah, unlike tournament here, even with limited regen, we're actually utilizing our health pool efficiently. I didn't even have to bust out the shockwave Richcraft. I'm kind of excited about that. Alright, so I think that we wait as long as we can. Poof. Yeah, anyone's welcome to join the voice chat. It's just on our Discord sanctuary. I usually invite people whenever they want to, so that way I'm not just monologuing to myself and sounding stupid half the time. Who's ready for Commander to end the run? What's up, man? Oh yeah, it might have been when I was on the phone call. Yeah, work called and I had to. Oh yeah, we could do some quick stuff. I do have to get off soon, which is why I wanted to squeeze this in, but I got a few minutes. What's on your mind? All right. Well, there's a really good guide video out there on how to EHP proper. Shameless, shameless. No, no. Yeah, EHP really is a reactive build. You simply have to analyze what is holding you back, and then you just address that thing, whatever it is. Sometimes your plan from a month ago goes out the window. Like I was going to be pushing Chronofield plus all the way to 13, and then Fast Alt dropped 50 tournaments in a row. Yeah, that 6x wave sip was nasty. I love it. And suddenly I'm getting triple poison swamp instead, because the fast alt were just busted and triple swamp was the answer to that solution. So, what is it that is holding you back in your run? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, stones are holding me back. Freaking Amber man. Yeah, stones are holding me back. I'm the same. It's all of us. That is all of us. Uh, yeah. So, what is it that kills you in your run typically? Assuming longer runs would get you more coins, usually. Which ones? Scatters. So the answer to scatters is Chain Lightning Plus. It's just full stop. That is the solution to scatters entirely. I don't know if you're watching the live stream still, but if one of them, that's a commander. If a scatter spawns in and doesn't immediately delete me from this commander, you can watch it happen. Yeah, unless you're Greeny just holding a casual 30k stone. Yeah, Greeny is not one of us. He is the final evolution in tower progression. So, you know, the things that apply to us don't apply to him because he's just better than all of us. But no, for scatters, it really is chain lightning, or smite specifically, because the way that smite works in chain lightning is it does percent health based damage, and this is going to be the end of this run. But we got the milestone. So the first scatter spawns with 200% wave health. That's the prime. And then it splits into two scatters that have 100% wave health. Those split into 4 with 50%, 8 with 25, 16 with 12.5. So Smite is capable of dealing 60% wave health damage for free almost instantly with the Chain Lightning proc chance, which means if you have a max Smite or a level 9 Smite that does 50% damage, generations 3, 4, and 5 are immediately deleted from the game instantly, no matter the wave, no matter the level, no matter how many there are. They just evaporate entirely because you deal more damage than health they have. So you tank the first one, which gets Flamebot nerfed usually. The second ones might hurt, but there's only two of them, and then the rest of them just disappear. They can, of course, hit your wall before they evaporate sometimes, but if you have, say, a single poison swamp ringing your tower, you have an 80% chance to stun them immediately, have them sit there until they disappear. And that is kind of the solution to scatters. You can also have OA, of course, which assists in killing them faster. There are the things there, but Smite is what does it. It deletes more than 75% of the scatters you have to interact with immediately just by existing. So that yeah, we can take a quick look real fast. And then we're going to go home and we're going to unlock tier 21. There it is, guys. And just for fun, we're going to run it and die real fast. It's freaking assists all over again. Walk in, get. Oh, yeah, I didn't actually die. My wall got deleted immediately, but I stayed alive. That was hilarious. All right, so what we got? Yeah, you're just getting swarmed by those things on your wall. Look at them just piling on there. Yeah, let me see if I can't pull something really fast. Give me a quick second. Hey, we just rebuilt the wall on tier 21 without dying. You see that? That is that is glorious. All right, let me see if I have a. Sometimes I have a video of a principle that I want to show. Um, Give me 1 second. Someone's at my door. Hello, sorry about that. Even on my day off, it's just hectic, man. Getting chiller lines going down, got people answering my door, like just all sorts of craziness. Alright. Let's see. So you're still in your farming run, I think. This is near the end of it. How the hell am I still alive? What? Sorry, I walked away from tier 21 and it's still going with full HP somehow. I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, judging by the footage on this, you are 100% just getting scatter destroyed at this point. I feel like if you didn't have that many scatters, you would probably go a lot further because they're going to be chipping down your, yeah, look at the chips on your wall. Yeah, health isn't the problem. If you look at your game, it's flickering, but it's staying at full. So that is the indication. Actually, no, that means I guess actually you are getting close to needing more health. It's getting pretty close, I would say. Yeah, no, you do need more health. I'm sorry. I got to wave exactly 100. Look at that. This is like the legendary stream of just all sorts of nonsense going on. But yeah, I think in this situation, if you want to push your farming, you have to push smite because the scatters are just getting unhinged at this point. It is insane. All right, let's check up on chat real fast. Taking CL to 4. Yeah, breakpoints in CL is going to be 2, 4, and 9. If you can hit 4, that gets rid of the 4th and 5th generation of scatters, and even that is just going to be massive to help you. Ampere is begging for stones. That's what I do. Don't buy Ampere stones. Buy bonsai stones. The idea is on the screen right there. Support your content. Just kidding, man. Clicks your gem and stuff. Oh snap! I should survive to get to my dude. Good luck on your first keys, man. And if you're in the Discord server and are EHPing your keys, feel free to put it in the Hall of EHP or whatever it's called. Death to raise is just more HP, right? Yeah, death to raise is you're letting the raise shoot you, and that's a mistake. No, yeah, death to raise is usually more HP to regen through them. Um, my wall thorns is above 100%, obviously. Um, I'm trying to bump that back up to 125 again. I sacrificed it a little bit to get CC stats on my modules, such as orbs, shockwave stuff. But if you get it to 125, it only takes 4 hits to kill a ray with nothing else damaging it. And if your smite is at 50% and you get a few OA hits, or even just a bunch of OA hits in between, it dies to 1 hit. So if you have the health to tank through it, it's good. It's not my first keys, but my first V27. Oh man, you got bumped. That's rough. Yeah, that version update was hard. But no, it's definitely huge. Definitely huge. Um, but yeah, I'm just getting dragged in a million different directions. Let me reset my stuff real fast. And I will get a farming run set up, and then I can showcase the power of Smite. No. That's fine, that's fine. We gotta run our amplifying strike for farming. I do that partially for the memes, but also for strategy. Rain. Because it doesn't do anything. And I don't want excessive knockback in farming. So my death penalty is just maximum projectiles, maximum knockback. So you get more stuff. My amplifying strike is damage spec. So I mean, there's a few like bounce shot and stuff there, but there's less projectiles coming out of it, so it does less pushback. Cards, EHP, labs, EHP farming. I think that's everything I need, right? Range back to 90. Check, 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 check. Oh yeah, we gotta claim it all. Let's see what we get. We get a trillion coins. The fact that a reward for tier 21 is a trillion coins is a travesty. I'm just saying. I get more from that from like event missions. Look at all these. Hey, Oh, look at that bad boy. Ooh, that's interesting. All the stones, guy. Look at all the stones. Woo! That was actually really exciting. I'm not gonna lie. I have 525 stones now. Whoa. And I think that's the there's a research at 1,000 still. Let's showcase this new research real fast. Where would enhancements even be? At the bottom, I would assume. No? Oh, there it is. Dude, those are cheap. What the heck? 5 hours? That's gonna be cool. So my vault just got, or my workshop plush just got upgraded massively, or it will soon. Anyway, back to tier 17. Pop. And we're just going to let this run in the background. Eventually, you're going to see some rays or some scatters come in, and they'll just get deleted really like immediately. And then, of course, I do want to turn off Poison Swamp Stun because I don't want to stun stuff in farming. And then I'll grab some of that. Yeah, only a quarter of a billion. The upgrades are basically free. They're literally free. Look at that. That's under main research. And it gives me 30% off too. That's massive. Yeah, and my workshop discount isn't even maxed yet. That's not even a billion. Not even a billion. I guess it would be a billion if I didn't have a discount at 76. Oh, well guys, this has been a great stream. We had a good run in Legends. We got tier 21. We got exactly 100 waves. Oh, yeah, thank you for that catch. I really appreciate that. I probably could have done that mid-run, but boop. All right. And then I gotta delete that because that's just not that one. That one. Poof. All right, and we're back again. Yep, the Chiluri coming in for the win there. Very nice. Very nice. All right. But yeah, we had a pretty fun stream. I can't promise that I'll be able to do this every time because, like I said, new job, new child. It's just it is a wonderful thing, but man, does it take all my time. I no longer have the free time to gain. Yes, thank you for that catch. That was a legendary catch right there. Oh, my orbs. Damn it. Uh, you know what? We're gonna do this because it's faster and easier than forgetting to do this. There we go. And we're back for a third time. Welcome. I just had one myself. Dude, congrats on your baby. May the sleep gods be in your... There are no sleep gods. You should know better by now. The only thing... Oh, how do I want to say this? The only thing that I gamble harder on than whether or not I'll get to sleep on the night is whether or not I place well in tournaments in this game. Because, oh, the randomness. You never know what you're going to get. Oh, he does. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. 4 hours max for me. I guess it depends. There are some nights where she will sleep like 4 or 5 hours through and I'll have to wake her up to feed her. And then there are days where it's like every 5 minutes the world is ending, and if I'm not holding her, it's just bloody murder the whole time. Like, okay. Oh yeah, let's watch Death Cam. Here we go. Oh man, yeah, seeing that many on your screen at once is just crazy. Wow. Hey, don't forget to use smart missiles to save yourself. You gotta use your smart missiles, man. Smart missiles. It'll save you. Ah, you clicked it too late. It would have worked otherwise. Alright, so yeah, so you need to get that smite unlocked, man. That will change your life. Oh my god. Freaking stupid. Hold up. Guess what we forgot this time? Dude, I feel like Zephyr Games right now. Freaking forgetting fetch or summon. He reminded me of the perks, which was nice. Dude, I'm purple bird simulating right now. Here we go. Alright, and we're back again for the fourth time. Oh, at least my mistakes are free. They only waste my life, and that doesn't matter. Uh, oh man, what a time to be alive. Sometimes I feel like my streams are just way too unhinged, but other times, this is why I'm here. Yeah, so for Smite, the breakpoints are going to be 2, 4, and 9, because 2 does 15%, which deletes the 12.5% enemies. 4 does 25%, which deletes the 25% enemies. Um, what's the word? One thing to be careful of, I don't know when armor comes into play. Armor does block Smite, so that's kind of annoying. Like when you go to your farming run, if you hit the flame on the main screen, it'll tell you how many armor hits there are on enemies. So you can end up not instantly killing the scatter sometimes. Yeah, 10 hits. So if you have the Death Wave lab done, that deletes all of them for you. Flame bot with some burn stack will chew off those things pretty fast as well. The other option is you can go into your labs and get 1 or 2 levels of the scatter health lab. So that way their health is not the scatter amp, not scatter amp, scatter health. Oh yeah, you don't. You're not rolling in money yet. Yep, that'll do it. The reason why is because that will bump the enemy below the 25%. So that way, the if you get a few armor hits, it doesn't stop you from killing them with smite, basically. But it's not critical. You can also just have them like hit you once and disappear then as well. But or get another level of smites and then raise die faster too and all that stuff as well. Yeah, look at you with 50,000 gems. Oh my word. Why? What are you saving for? Uh, yeah. I guess I guess you have all your mods. Dude, I only have one shrink rate. Don't even get me started on shrink rate. Oh, hey, auto perk. Almost forgot auto perk too. What a day. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, for farming, EHP is just way more efficient if you can pull it off. Because I don't deal damage. Every single thing on the screen except elites and the boss gets sucked into a black hole and dies to extra orb mastery. Nothing gets killed out of combos, nothing gets killed out of range. Like everything, just every single one, which is kind of nice. And it's also a lot more consistent. There's less gambling with EHP, and it's just more you know what you're going to get every time. You're not betting on a berserker to save you for 500 waves or all that stuff as well. But yeah, no. So there's a really good guide out there on module. No, where I go over this. When it comes to your cannons, the only thing you want to ask is, do you want knockback or do you not want knockback? Because sometimes knockback will push scatters out of golden combos, sometimes, and you'll get a lot less coins. Because depending on where your GT plus is, sometimes getting 50 more enemies is like 30% more coins. And if you don't push a scatter into, if you push a scatter out of it and it doesn't get die fast enough, you lose out on a huge chunk of your stuff. So it's gonna be a trial and error thing for you. You want to roll, see what happens, try it with, try it without, see if it makes a difference. Sometimes it doesn't, but I use amplifying strike just because I specifically want to limit my knockback. But maybe it'll help you. Who knows? You're dying to scatter, so pushing them back might be the thing you need to have happen. Oh, oh yeah, check this out. We're reaching where they come in. So I know I have a, or I can turn off. See, I can turn off CF plus real fast. So that way it's just normal. So look at this scatter fly in. It splits once, touches my wall, and then just disappears. Like the whole thing just goes away. And I only have smite 7. Like I don't even have the third breakpoint yet. So, well, I need to get 2 more levels because it's a 2, 4, 9, and I have 7. It's just that it costs thousands of stones when you go past 4. Alright, so here's another one coming in here. So it comes in as a full scatter. And even with like my limited knockback, look at how long it stays alive. So it like completely misses the combo it's in sometimes. So it splits once and then just disappears. Unless it gets commander buff, then it becomes god. Anyway, let's get our CF plus back up. Oh, one more thing that I was going to show. Yeah, Amphreya doesn't have sharp fortitude. That is because you are a dirty poor that needs to get good. No, I'm kidding. The module game is brutal. One more thing that I wanted to show real fast is smite toggling, because I mentioned it a few times and then forgot to. So I need to get a commander, and they're every 250 waves, so that guy is just going to exist. There's nothing I can do about that. Hopefully I'll get another. All right, so the question you want to ask yourself is, what is killing you in your runs right now? All right, so if you don't deal with the scatters, will your runs improve? No, they won't, because the scatters are the limiting factor in your build. So if you don't handle the scatters, you will not get better results. You could max the whole thing, but if you're not killing the scatters, you're still dying at wave 6,000 something. So you have to address the issue that is limiting you. And then in this case, it's going to be the scatter. So for your case, I think smite is a priority. Even if you bump OA up to mythic, I mean, it's going to be good and it's going to help with raids. It's going to help with other stuff, but you still can't kill the scatters with OA. You can't do it because it never drops it to 0. So you have to have an execution on the scatters. And the only things that do that is going to be smite or the attack chip guardian. Now, take my build for instance. Scatters are no longer a problem, so I stopped investing in smite because I no longer needed it to progress, and I'm getting freaking murked by rays. So I got swamp max, I got the mischance, the mine stuff, attack speed. So I'm focusing on the thing that's killing me, and because of that, my progress is growing. If scatters become a problem again, I'll be going back to smite. But right now it's rays. If you watch the tournament stream, you'll notice that bosses, when I decide to make it so, are completely a non-issue anymore. They can no longer reach my tower unless I let them. So it went from being killed from scatters to something else, to the boss, to fast alt, and now it's back to rays. and that's kind of how that works. So like I said, OA is good. Assists are great, but if you don't deal with the source, you're going to be in the same place no matter how many thousands of stones you spend. So you have to, yeah, yeah. Oh, I got another commander, and then I forgot to smite toggle it. Whoops. Unless that's just the one that's been around this whole time. I think, yeah, that's the one that's been around for like 300 waves. He's still just hanging out. Yeah, black hole is painful. Those last two clicks are 2,000 stones, man, for duration. It's brutal. Hmm. Well, you have to have. Well, I guess you don't need either. You don't need either one. I currently farm with NVN still, but I guess the question is, what would you use instead? Pulsar or Sing Harness, obviously for G comp. All right, let's see if we can smite toggle something. I'm turning off CL plus. Smite is off. If we can get a commander. All right, we do. So check this out. 11. So 8.120. That was the wave that it spawned in on. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 8.12 by 20 because commanders have 20 times the health of wave health, basically. And then because my CL is at level 7, that means that I deal 60% wave health or excuse me, 40% wave health or 2% life health to a commander. So you multiply that by 0.98. When that commander goes above 159.15, or let's just say 160, I will be able to turn on smite and just immediately delete it. And that is what smite toggling is. The caveat is that in order to smite toggle, you must survive with a commander in your face for 10 to 15 waves sometimes, and that is often a challenge. But so, if I did my math correctly, once that hits 160, I turn on this thing right here, and it just immediately disappears. You'll notice that OA is doing all of the damage, but the damage is getting smaller and smaller with each hit because it's percent remaining health. 20 times because you get 40. It's on, then off, on, then off, or off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. But if you're milestoning, for instance, that's more than sufficient to get the 4,500 on anything that's not tier 19. And 2/3 of the things won't be commanders either, you know, because you get other fleets as well. You also have nukes, second winds. You have other mechanisms to get around this. So check this out. We're almost there. Technically, it's close enough, but I'm just going to go to 160, so there's like margin of error basically. And ready? Poof, gone, disappears. So that's what smite toggling is. You take the wave health, multiply by 20, multiply by your smite factor, which is again whatever your smite level is. It maxes at 3%, so 0.97. Mine's at 2% because I have 40% wave health divided by 20.2. But yeah, that is smite toggling commanders. So if you are running a milestone, you don't have either of your hard shutoffs, the second one or nuke, you can smite toggle them if you can survive long enough. And yes, this does work in tournament as well. Super, super useful. But you can only do that when you have sufficient CC to not have to deal with these stupid things. Invincible rays. Got more. Yeah, poison swamp is only good if you have chrono field upgraded because I mean it's decent without it, but you want to have them hit the swamps continuously. So here, let's showcase this. I'm gonna turn on stun. So watch the next boss. Stunned, flies around, stunned again, flies around, stunned again. On all this time, the orbs are hitting it, stunned again, dead. So by turning on my poison swamp stun, I just invalidate the boss entirely. Almost. I don't. Yeah, I don't know if my orb's perfect for the boss, but in this situation there. But yeah, CF Plus makes Poison Swamp way better. But your Poison Swamp and CF Plus are irrelevant if you're getting killed by scatters. So back to Chain Lightning Plus again. I'd probably say at least 4 or 6, I would think. And sometimes the play is just a chrono loop max as well. It depends on your build. The reason I have 3 swamps right now when I put on my what's the word, harmony conductor, is because fast alt was an issue. So my strategy for fast alt, because that is what was killing me, was I had my shockwave time down to 8 seconds and 3 swamps. So the fast alt would hit the swamp, get stunned for 10 seconds, be pushed out to max range, or to my, basically outside my range line, would fly back in, get stunned again, get pushed out to my range line, fly in, get stunned, get pushed out to my range line, and it would just never hit my tower because there was always enough swamps that every 30 seconds, or 35 seconds, a new swamp would spawn. It would get stunned in that swamp, and that cycle would just continue forever until my orbs killed them. Like that was my design to deal with fast ults, and as a result, they no longer can touch me, which is probably why I did so well on tier 21 with all that fast ult nonsense. I don't know if they would watch that. But yeah, you can see the scatters here. Look at it fly in. They just disappear the moment they touch the wall. Poof. Yeah, that's disgusting. I got 1500, so yeah, that's horrible. Oh my word. I could have gotten third, but yeah, there's no benefit if I can't get second. All right, swamp stun is off, right? Yes, it is. But yeah, I think your path forward is clear. You need to get a month's worth of stone packs and dump it into smite. And while you build your smite, you also want to be building your chain thunder as well, because since you're getting it anyway, chain thunder is a yeah, chain thunder is going to be massive because you can get up to a 90% damage reduction from non-boss enemies with chain thunder as you level your smite. Yeah, we could probably do that. I'm gonna end the live stream first, so we're not just watching this whole thing the whole time. But no. And like I said, if you ever have any questions, you can always reach out to the Tower Sanctuary mentor staff. Like, just ping someone in there, and they can go through in-depth builds at any point. I just happen to be free today, so I have a little bit of time. But with that in mind, guys, I wanted to thank everyone for stopping by for my first stream after a month. I know it's kind of some sparse content, and this one was pretty scuffed with a bunch of interruptions and crazy stuff, but as always, I'm very grateful for your support. Thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you guys around more frequently in the future, and best of luck in your tower journeys. You guys take care.